I forgot to turn the fucking microphone on. I'm sorry. I was just sitting here going, oh, the colour looks so weird. What the hell? Why does my head look so wide? What's going on with the camera and the colour? And then I realised, you can't hear me. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Hello, Natasha. Hello, hey, Grace. Hello, Edie. Hello, everybody. Funny. Great entrance, no sound. I know. Thanks. Thanks, Jan Stan. Also, hi. Sorry, essential things. Stupid. Okay, let me put Spotify on so we can have some music in the background, which would be very nice. Just start the current song. Hello, home. Do I look peachy to you, or do I look normal? Because in my one monitor I look okay, and one monitor I look fucking bright orange. Hello, Becky. Aw, love you long time too. Hugs and bats. Thank you very, very much. That's so sweet. Yep. How are you today? You good? Oh, thanks, Cecil. Thanks. Thank you. Fall colours, Gristle von Rabin. Well, it's winter here, so I guess I'm in winter colours all the time though, because winter colours are like black. I don't know. I couldn't be asked doing my hair today, so I put on a hat, but I think I did a really shit job of it. Oh, I've just remembered that I forgot to do something. Oops. Oh yeah, so I thought I'd wear like, I don't even know if you can tell, but my hair's like all faded to orange. So I thought I'd wear some like orange eyeshadow today to match my faded hair. Pale and mysterious. Good, thank you. Paul needs to hurry. You're getting a bit hot over there, Amber. Oh, thanks, Greg. I don't know, Tony. Like, orange is a perfectly acceptable accent colour, isn't it? Because, you know, it's Halloweeny. Good evening from California, Vanessa. Yes, hello. It's, I think I was just checking the time, and I was like, oh, it's actually kind of a shit time for just about everybody, isn't it? Well, I thought this was quite a good time, but it's not, is it? I think for those of you on the wait, which side's New York on? East Coast? I really have to think about that. Shit. Those of you on the East Coast, isn't it kind of like, you know, 11:30 at night or something like that? And those of you on the West Coast, it's not so bad. Right, NYC is East, thank you. Yes, I have to think about it. Orange and black does well. It's really Halloweeny, right? It works. Hello from Quebec. It's summer here. How lovely. Right? Oh, wow. Oh, Natasha, you're here. Mr. L's just, damn. Mr. L's just like handed me your pictures. Did you just send this, or am I just seeing them now? Are they like cat eye ones? They look so creepy and cool. Can we trade? Like, can I like be you? Woo! Oh, they look so super cool. I knew they'd suit you. Sorry, Natasha, if I just embarrassed you. Oh yeah, I just heard someone say that Voltaire was on at the same time. I didn't know. Oh, I've been so terrible. I've wanted to write to him for like the longest time, and I never get around to it. And I haven't written to like anybody, and I'm really behind at talking to all my friends, and I'm just a terrible friend, and all my friends probably think I don't like them anymore. Anyway. Anyway, it's so damn hot right now, is it? It's been like a degree. Yeah, it's been like 1 degree Celsius lately, which is good because it's winter. It's supposed to be cold. I was disturbed by how warm it was. I've just scrolled back up the chat a wee bit there, and Trifling Ho Bitch said something earlier about milk mixed with Dr. Pepper, and I think that sounds horrendous. Why would you do that? Why would you mix milk with Dr. Pepper unless you drank one after the other and they combined in your stomach, you know? I feel like, you know, that's the only time you can combine those things without it being too gross. Anyway, but whoever was saying, should I put pickles on my burger? Yes, pickles are delicious. I'm on Team Pickle. I occasionally, not that I ever like go to McDonald's, but if I do go to McDonald's, I usually ask for extra pickles on my cheeseburger. Sam Bishop, hey there, you're setting up a D&D game tomorrow using the Gothic horror setting. Ooh. Think you make an NPC based on you, what do you think? Oh, what might be cool for a fantastical world? Oh, I don't know, Sam. That's super cool. I'll leave the creative stuff up to you, but that's really exciting. I feel quite honoured. What fun. Yay, I can be an NPC. Would I want to visit a cartoon universe? Probably. I don't know which one, though. Boo Pickles Boo. Hello, Wounded Monk. Hello. Dr. Peppermilk. It does sound gross. It sounds super gross. Oh, thanks, Diddy, for Riverstone. Yeah, I like this top. I've actually had it for years. McDonald's is low tier. Pickles are life. Yes. Oh, thanks, Alexandra. I think maybe it's just you, Tech. My everything should be okay. The sound should be okay. I hope the music's not too loud. Oh, the Beetlejuice cartoon. Yes, I do remember that. I did used to watch that. You want to try Dr. Pepper and Milk now? Pickle supremacy. Yeah. Yeah, Alexa. I do like I do like having the red more than the white. I think it looks way cooler. It's faded to bright orange, so it faded really quickly. So I've done matching eyeshadow. Dr. Pepper and vanilla ice cream. Yeah, okay. Why does it make sense? Why does it make sense to put ice cream in soda but not milk? Because if you put it that way, it's like, actually that's fine. That's acceptable. What if you put, like, ice cream into pickle juice? Yeah, floats are a thing. We don't call them floats. We call them spiders. I've never understood that. In New Zealand, and presumably other places, what you would call a float is called a spider. You know, soda with a ball of ice cream in it is a spider. One of my favourite things to have. Yes, Amy loved. There's a couple of Rammstein songs on this playlist. No, probably don't really belong there, but they are my favourite. Australia says spider too. Milk and Pepsi? Oh my god, Candy, what? What? There's an ice cream shop in your town that has a pickle juice flavour? I don't know why it's called a spider, but there's a restaurant here, restaurant chain, which has always been my favourite restaurant. It's called Cobb & Co. It's been around longer than me. It's named after like Cobb & Co. coaches, you know, like the wagons, the old wagons. They used back in the day of like horses and stuff. And it's just like food that everybody likes, you know, which is kind of ordinary, like crowd-pleasing food. And that's not a thing in Germany, Panada? Vanilla ice cream and soda. Oh my god, well you'll have to introduce it because it's great. But at Cobb & Co. they have what's called a Pink Panther. It's like one of the drinks that they've had for decades. And it's sort of like a pale pink fluffy drink, right? Raspberry flavoured. And one time I asked them, what's it made of? How do I make my own Pink Panther? And they told me, they said it's just soda with raspberry syrup and cream. I was like, oh, so it's essentially a spider with cream instead of ice cream. And instead of, you know, soda and raspberry syrup, we just use raspberry soda already made. The budget stuff's better than Schweppes, I found out. So you get some, like, nice budget raspberry soda, put a bit of cream in there, you got a Pink Panther, and that shit's delicious, and everybody should try it. Avocado ice cream? What? Does it taste like avocado? Booze and soda. Oh, yes, booze and soda, of course. Daniel! Hello from Miami, Florida. Been a huge fan since 2015. Oh my god! It's not the year I first ever came on. No, wait, no, I'm lying. Oh, sorry, I was thinking 2013. Gosh, 2015. Yeah, that was it. That was a year. Oh, thank you so much. Glad to see you back streaming and making videos. Thank you so much, Daniel. That's really nice, and thanks for sticking around for such a long time. Wow, I can't even believe how much time has passed. It's like mortifying. I was listening, yesterday I had some Christian Death playing, and I was like, oh, I'll go watch my Christian Death vlog that I made 6 years ago. I was like, whoa, that blew my mind. I looked at the date on it. It was like October 2015. I was like, that was nearly 6 years ago. That's crazy. The amount of time that's, you know, passed, it's like, it doesn't feel like that long, and yet here we all are. Dan! Hello everyone from Massachusetts. Key lime ice cream. No, but that does sound very nice. What song is this, Amber? I can tell you, it is The Wake. Christine. Green tea ice cream is very good, yes. What year was on my Susie makeup thing? That was one of my first ever videos. That would have been... It was probably 2014, because I put up my first ever videos at the end of 2013. And I know that because I was at film school the year before. I moved to Wellington. 2011 was the worst year of my life. It was rubbish. Then I moved to Wellington to go to film school, which I did in 2012. Then I decided I was going to start a film production business, making short films and music videos. And then I decided that because everybody was like, how do you do your hair? How do you do your makeup? I thought, well, now I know how to make videos. I'll chuck a couple of things up on YouTube. I didn't even realize that you could be a YouTuber. And so I did that, and immediately people were watching it and asking for more, so I just sort of kept doing it, and 1,000 years later, here we are. It's a bit weird, really. So that was the end of 2013. And I remember that because I had spent that year working, yeah? I worked on various other people's film projects, music videos, and I had I had a lot of jobs. I had a bunch of jobs. He's sneezing a lot. Does sound like a dog bark? Yeah, no, he's quite sneezy. He just sneezes a lot. I've been sneezing a lot lately too. It's really annoying. They're like powerful sneezes. You just did one of those half sneezes. You need sneezy medicine. Do you not have any? Oh, thank you, Beth. That's a really nice thing to say. Oh no, we don't have any pets here. We're not allowed any. Chocolate mint. I'm a bit weird because I love mint flavored things. I really love mint flavored milkshakes. Every time I go to Wendy's, I get a mint flavored thick shake. Fuck, they're amazing. The Wendy's here, they do such thick shakes that they might as well just be soft serve ice cream. They're so thick you can't even suck them up with the straw. You just have to sit there with a spoon. Although because it's a milkshake, it's more fun, you know. I sit there with the spoon and eat with the straw and eat that. And I had the yummiest milkshake the other day. I treated myself to a milkshake. It was Irish cream flavoured with crushed Maltesers on it. It was so good. It was so good. A lovely thick one made with ice cream. Oh, Rob's memory lane. Oh, thank you so much. You're the coolest and most relatable goth since Elvira. Oh, thank you. How did you come up with your goth name? That's really nice. It's nice that someone thinks I'm cool. Yeah, we do have Wendy's in New Zealand, Lilith. I don't know if it's the same one. We actually used to have two companies called Wendy's. One was ice cream and hot dogs. The other one was like burgers and fries. So I'm assuming it's the same burgers and fries one. Anyway, how did I come up with my name, like my online username? Well, I came up with it because I wanted something easy to remember. To my knowledge, Black Friday has always been Friday the 13th. So the whole after Thanksgiving thing didn't exist here. I didn't know it was a thing. I did not know it was a thing or a sale or whatever. Oh, thank you, Sensational Cinema. Thank you. So it was like Friday the 13th. It was like an unlucky day. I used to actually always dress up for Friday the 13th years ago. I used to have a party and dress up and stuff. It was for me, it was like another Halloween. And my real name in the world is the name of a goddess after whom the day Friday is named. That was a awkward sentence. The day of Friday is named after my goddess namesake, and I like black, so it just sort of made sense, really, Rob. Just sort of made sense, and I guess it's worked out because it's easy to remember. Although I've lived to regret it because I didn't know about the whole after Thanksgiving Black Friday sale thing. It's like, oh my god, every year I get spammed, and I get on Instagram tagged dozens of times a day in different promotional sale bullshit posts. Oh my god. Anyway, How's my mental health been going, Catherine? Thank you for asking. Yeah, all right. I think, honestly, I've been on, I changed medication quite a few weeks ago, and it's fully kicked in now, but it's a fairly high dose of it, but what I think, I feel weirdly, like, unemotional, you know, like, really, like, just, like, dead inside. Like, not like dead inside is an exaggeration, but you know how some medications like that what they do is they limit your range of emotion. So the idea being that you can't feel really down or really scared or really shit, but you also can't feel really up either. So like you kind of, it narrows your emotional range, so you're just like, okay, fine, cool. So things that should be really exciting, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, so that's that. But I mean that's better than being like, wouldn't mind dying. That's a bit better. Yeah, kind of numb. It's like, you hear the word numb all the time, but it's just like, meh. Anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't say numb. I just say like kind of limited. You should be able to turn a Wendy shake upside down and not fall out of the container. Yes. Frosties from Wendy's are supposed to be super thick and eaten with a spoon. Okay, so they are making them as thickly as they're supposed to be. Really? Oh, thank you very, very much. I'm a punker, but your content has always entertained me. Keep it up. Thank you so much. That's really lovely. Good on you. Oh, cheers. Cheers for that, Riley. And you keep up, keep up your being cool. Good on you. And, well, that's the thing here in New Zealand is that, like, there's so few kind of, like, alternative people that basically, like, everybody hangs out together, like the goths and the punks and the metalers all hang out together, because we don't really have anybody else. And that also includes, there's like hippies and hip-hop people sometimes, and like, you just get all these like big crossovers and stuff. You can't afford to be fussy here. So a lot of actually when I was a teenager and I started like going out to things, I always went to punk gigs because there wasn't anything else to go to. So for me, punk's become really like nostalgic. In fact, a few days ago, I was thinking about this band I used to go see in my hometown. And I found a video on YouTube of like a whole set they did, and I was almost definitely there. I was like, holy I would have been there that night, because at the beginning of the video, they put up the gig poster, and also playing that night was like my friend's band, and they weren't around for very long, so there's no way I wouldn't have gone to see them. So like when I say my friends, I was friends with all of them, and one of them I'd been somewhat seeing. The other one was like my sort of adoptive brother at the time, and so I was quite close to these people, so there's no way I wouldn't have been at this gig. So I was watching this gig on YouTube being like, I was probably there, and I enjoyed it just as much like 9 years later, or however long it's been. It's been a long time since that gig, but it was brilliant. New Zealand has embraced alternative subcultures way more than Australia, Wounded Monk. Probably. I mean, a lot of people I know who move to Australia find that they kind of have to give it up a little bit. I always just thought it was because it was too hot. Sin, hello. Oh, love from South Korea. Hi. Hello from New Zealand. I'm really... Yeah, I think I was saying last time I was on here how much I really want to go to South Korea. Like, aren't you kind of COVID-free-ish there? Like, aren't you kind of like us? Like, it's actually a safe place to visit. Too few alternative people. Family gestures in Alabama. Yeah, at least you're in like I know that what I gather about the USA is that it's just there's a lot of alternative people there, but because it's such a physically massive country, a lot of people are just like really spread out. So whereas when you've got like a quite densely populated country like Germany, which isn't actually physically all that large, people are able to come together a lot all the time, you know? For the most part, you were COVID-free. Right, because I had this dream a few weeks ago that I was in Seoul, and I was like, we should go to Seoul. And, I looked it up, and it was like one of the places that you can actually go right now without difficulty, and we wouldn't have to quarantine or something. I'm like, we could go to Korea. I'd be down for that. Oh, you live in Seoul. I've technically been there. I was there like for 24 hours or less, like 12 hours. Basically, I had a stopover that was like you spent a night in a hotel, so I've technically been there, but I haven't seen it. So I'd really like to go do lots of shopping. I'd just like buy all the makeup and skincare stuff because I'm obsessed at the moment. Yeah. But that was a really nice comment, Riley, and I will keep it up. I'll keep going. Where? Let me just scroll back up again. Hang on. One more question. Oh, Catherine, have I got my things back from Europe? No. I've been trying to organise that. I'm still feeling a wee bit lost. I can't get a hold of my landlord. He just like isn't seeing my messages. He's not replying to them. It's like, could you please do that? That'd be sick. He's the only person with keys. I've got keys. I took my keys. My other thought was, well, if I can't get a hold of the landlord, what I'll do... Sorry, this is not very exciting. I thought what I'll do is I'll just send a copy of my keys to the moving company. They can let themselves in, do everything, right? And so I went to get my keys copied and they said they couldn't copy them because they're foreign. So, cool. Yeah, so I might just try and send... If I can't get a hold of my landlord, I'll just have to post my own keys over by courier. Oh, thank you, Yvette. I bought this hat for about $7 from the second-hand shop recently. It's just I just tied some shit around it to make it a bit more interesting. I've got like a bunch of, yes, holographic roses. I am still paying rent in Scotland. It's bullshit. Oh, thank you, Chocolate Starfish Gaming. 1985. Thanks, Timothy Flugel. Wait, what? Yes, Rockstar. Oh, Hootfiend has posted my playlist for you there. No, they couldn't copy them. They just couldn't. She just picked one up. She goes like, no, we couldn't do this one or this one. Like, shit, cool. She said possibly like a locksmith might be able to do it. How much is my flat in Scotland? I don't want to say. It's not that bad, considering it's like... I don't know what it is in like US dollars, but it's £425 a month for a flat that I can't go to. But it is cheaper than a storage facility, believe it or not. Yeah, it was actually like... You think that's expensive for rent? Because that is a fucking bargain compared to what it costs to live here. Yeah, I mean, it is a 2-bedroom flat. It's not big or anything. Like, it's a lot smaller than where I had in Germany. You think that's a lot? That's fucking nothing compared to what you pay in New Zealand. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Like, and around Glasgow and Edinburgh, like that kind of like the lowlands in those cities there, rent, like I looked at places, that was like probably the cheapest or one of the cheapest places I looked at. The rent everywhere was much higher. It would be more like say £500-600 a month, and it was much smaller. You know, it'd be like a 1-room place or like a 1-bedroom place, and I walked into some being like, I literally couldn't fit my bed in this room, you know. So actually not that bad, but still like money I'd rather not be forking out. I mean, it bloody adds up, doesn't it? Wicked. Oh, thank you very much, Wicked. Fantastic look as always. Oh, thank you. I hope you and Mr. L's day is going wonderfully. Oh yes, it's been a very good day so far. We've done a wee bit of housework and I talked to my mum for a bit. Not very exciting, but he's got some friends coming over later. He's got his lads coming over for cards, so that should be nice. Yeah. Oh, what is that? Hang on, I can ask Google. Hey Google, what's £425 in US dollars? Yeah, is. £425 equals yeah, $587 US a month. Hang on, what's our rent here, Mr. L? I actually can't remember because I just don't have a head for numbers. I can't.
It's $570 a week.
$570 a week. So hang on. Hey Google, what's 570? Wait.
It's $400 US a week.
It's $400 US a week. Okay. It's so if our rent here is $1,600 a week.
A
Month. Sorry. Our rent here is $1,600 a month versus that place being, what was it, 580? So that's like quite a lot less. Yes, it's quite a lot less. And it's like, we're not even like, we're like miles away from the city. It's like, it's not, you know, we're in civilization, but it's like, we're an hour away from Wellington. So, if you think that, 580 a month is expensive, then you're very lucky, wherever you are. $1,400 a month. Bloody Nora. I set off your Google again, PB. Costs okay to rent someone's bedroom where you are, Amelia. Jesus. I know. Some places it's just crazy. I think New York's pretty expensive, but London, fuck London, like, to live there is like an absolute, it's ridiculous. Like, the prices of rent are just like mind-blowing. Actually, what's even worse here is Auckland. Auckland has some of the highest rent prices, I think, in the world. And you can rent like a windowless, leaky, sagging, mouldering basement for like $1,000 a week or something like that. Like, it's real bad. Like, it's in the news all the time. 570 would get you a closet here. Where we are now is 3 bedrooms, so it's like a proper house. It's sort of 1 double bedroom and 2 single bedrooms. So it's bigger than, I mean, the place I've got in Scotland is, it's an apartment, right? It's like a wee flat in an apartment. It's not huge, but it's fine, you know. It's got 1 double, 1 single bedroom. And the single room is like packed. It's the room I've got all my clothes in, and I was like doing all my work and editing and stuff in there. My camera equipment's in there. The living room, I don't actually have a couch or anything, and it was still pretty cozy. It's a pretty terrible flat, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's cheap because it's got like holes in the walls, it's got sagging floor, it's got holes in the ceiling. It's not great. Like, the cooker doesn't work. There's a lot wrong with it. No Dark Court Zelda. My black cat has a new dad with one of my friends in Germany. My fluffy white pussy cat has passed away. Don't want to talk about that. Her heart stopped. No, Bat-Teen, I do not. Oh, and my budgies have a new mum. No, Bat-Teen, I had a crack at moving to the UK. It didn't work out because the people who were organising me to get a work visa said, oh, we can't afford it now. Hey ho. You know. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Vanessa. The upside where you live, your mortgage is $1,200 a month for a 2,000 square foot home. That's like pretty good, isn't it? Like, that's really good. That's really good. If that's like your mortgage, it's like your house, right? There's literally no fucking way we would be able to buy a house. It's like probably never gonna happen. Maybe like when our parents die, we could get a house, but the house we're in right now, just being a very basic, like, it's like I said, it's 3 bedrooms, it's not huge. It's got a wee bit of lawn, it's just a 1-story little white brick affair, very plain, $950,000 it's valued at. New Zealand. Anyway, thanks, Phil. Hello, greetings from New Zealand. Oh, big bad sheepwolf. Oh, hello. You good? Hugs from Rochester and Kent. Oh, hugs back. How much does it take to take a pet to the vet in New Zealand? Quite a bit. A lot. he just said a lot. Oh, Ashley, thank you. That's a really nice thing to say. Gothic tiny house movement is in order. Oh, what's this about eating pies? I like pies. I haven't had a pie for a while. I got screwed over big time trying to move to the UK. Really unfortunate, because I know... Yeah, exactly. It was pretty terrible. Vegan vampire, hello from Scotland. Hello from as far away from Scotland as one can possibly get. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've talked about it in a couple of videos. I talked about it when I made like a life update video where I kind of like played on the piano. I tried to like explain the situation. Like I was like, how can I just make a life update video explaining all the things that have gone wrong, but make it kind of lighthearted. So I did that. Oh yes, Lunar Rainbow. I can see you. I've seen that one at least. Hello, how are you? Will I ever contribute to WikiFeed? No. Although apparently I'm already there. I wasn't even aware that WikiFeed existed until somebody said, did you know you're on there? I'm like, am I? And I looked it up, and it's funny because like I've never purposely taken pictures of my feed in like a sexy way, but you know, for example, I had a there's a pic, like for example, I had this old photo from years ago where I'd fallen down a bank, as you do, and I had this big scratch all the way up my shin, and I'd posted that on Instagram, and my cat was wrapped around my leg being soft, and so I posted that, and that's on WikiFeed. Really weird. Oh, it's good to see you, Lunar Rainbow. Hello, Cyber Player. How are you today? Thomas rents in Oklahoma for a 2-bed apartment is... For a 2-bed apartment. Okay. Yeah, that's quite high, isn't it? Rent's just expensive these days. What was quite nice about living in, hang on. Alone in your house still about 77. 4 bedrooms. 2.5 baths. Okay. That sounds like a really, like, great house, though, PB. That sounds like a really great house. Lovely. Oh. I would love to own a house. Your ex had a foot fetish. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I'm really glad I've never ended up with anybody who's had any kind of weird fetishes that they've wanted me to do stuff for them. I'm just like... I feel like every time you get into a new relationship with someone, it's like, please don't have anything weird about you. Please just, like, you know, don't make me do weird stuff. Anyway. Hi from Indonesia. Hello. Hello from New Zealand. Hi, Indonesia. How are things up there? How do I say your name? Arianti? Hey, Pink Sugar. You know you got the feet shit going. The cheapest you can find in the UK is generally about £600 to £700, depending on the area you live in. Yeah, I think that sounds about right, Big Bad She-Wolf. So when I say that my flat in Paisley is $425 a month, it's like you can understand that that's pretty cheap. Like a storage facility was like $500 or $600 a month or something. So it's like it made more sense, and it would have made a lot of sense. So had COVID not occurred, we would have spent a few months there last year and this year and stuff, and we would have had a place to live. So it would have made sense to have had that place, right? We could have, basically it was like, could have spent a few months in the UK, could have spent a few months in Europe, a few months here kind of thing, and it would have made sense to have had that place. However, it hasn't made sense to have that place. Basically, I've just been forking out a lot of rent for a house that I can't go to, and just being like, come on, COVID, fuck off. But it's just like, I don't know. So probably the most sensible thing to do, what everybody's been telling me to do, and sometimes when everybody's giving you the same piece of advice, you should probably listen to it, is just try and get my things transported here, so that, you know, when we're able to travel again, we'll figure things out, we can just start fresh. Oh, Nate Dogs. Oh, thank you very much. Wanted to stop by and say hi. Love your streams. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Cheers. We have a... Michelle! Oh my god! Thank you so much, Michelle. Wait a minute. Are you like the Michelle McLeod that we haven't seen for like ages? Who I was like kind of worried about, because are you the same Michelle McLeod that just was here, you know, but disappeared? How are you? Hello, hey, yes. Hey, how are you? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Good to see you. Cheers to you too. Sorry, I don't have anything more glamorous than a can. Cheers, skull. Tangy. It's really mini, that stuff. Cheers with your apple wine. Oh, making a paper mache flower lamp, how nice. Do I miss being single? No. I don't know what that means, Arianti, so I won't say it. In case it means something naughty or whatever. I haven't been single. I've been kind of like in back-to-back relationships for such a long time, more or less. Like, I think there was probably like a couple of months space between each of my last 3 relationships. So, people are like, oh, you're a serial monogamist. I'm like, I'm not. I don't have to be in a relationship, but it's nice. But like when you find someone you're just like, well, I should be with you, you don't tell them to go away. I don't know. Oh, Pink Sugar, thank you. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Cheers. Here's cheers to you too. Ding. No. Oh. Hang on a sec. You're great. You had a massive neck surgery and was out of commission, but you're back now. Oh my god, a neck surgery? Holy shit. What did they have to do? Can I ask? Like, what did that involve? Brutal. Oh, was it like the bones or like other neck stuff? Because necks are like full of things. Yikes. Arianti, I'm from New Zealand. Hello from Guadalajara. Aw, you're gorgeous. Beth. How's things in Guadalajara? I just like saying that name. Writing Raven. Oh, you've been married over 2 years and loving every minute of it. Oh, that's wonderful. That's clearly the person you're meant to be with. Oh no, Princess Millennium, you got fired from your job, but it sucked anyway. Good riddance. In your favour. Things happen the way they're meant to. Hello, Ren. Hello, Jason. Everybody that was meant to be with you told you to go away. Oh, come on. Come on. Then then it wasn't meant to be. Why would anybody tell you to go away? You're super. Austin. Oh, thank you so much, Austin. You're streaming one of the things I look forward to. Sending greetings from Alabama. Not someone else from Alabama. Thank you so much, and greetings back from Carpety Coast, New Zealand. Louise, New Zealand, yes. The darkness, loved you from Australia. Hello, neighbour. Oh, bye-bye, Luna. It's good to see you. We're glad Jess and you found each other when you were so young. You look at your friends who are out there dating, it looks horrible. Oh, I know, like I remember, during that sort of brief period, I was, before reuniting with my dearly beloved Mr. L, I remember just sitting there going like, do I have to go through all that again? Like, like looking for someone, just like hoping that they aren't crazy or that they haven't got like weird fetishes or something, and being like, why do I really have to go through all that again? Like looking for going on dates, and it's just like, I just can't be asked. Especially like, I guess you get to a point where you're like, I really just want to like settle down and have a family and not have to worry about that kind of thing. So if you're fortunate enough to have met the one when you're very young, and you're just very, very fortunate. Smarty Pants, is New Zealand all green, the air fresh and the people laid back? That's a pretty good description, Smarty Pants. It is very green, the air is fresh, and the people are super laid back, actually. I think we've got to be one of the most chilled out countries there is, and you don't really notice it until you travel and you come back here and it's like, God, everybody's nice. People just have this, I feel like, I always say that it's because our society here is based a lot on trust. People trust each other, people are just nice to each other. You feel quite safe, most places you can leave your door unlocked and your windows open, that kind of thing. And people are just nice. They're really just calm, chilled out, on average. Obviously not everybody, but it's just like that. It's very informal, it's very green and the air is very nice. And it's funny because I remember I remember when I'd been in Edinburgh for quite a long time, like almost 2 years. And I remember getting off the plane back to Dunedin, to my hometown, and I was like, it was like the first time I'd taken a breath for almost 2 years. It was like the air was just really different. It was just so much cleaner. Oh, black lipstick, Arianti. Well, I'm wearing what I consider, like him or not, what I consider to be the best black lipstick I've ever tried is Jeffree Star's Weirdo. This was a gift. Bloody good. It is, it's bloody good. I don't, I've got pretty mixed feelings about the man behind the brand, but it's fucking good lipstick. Cyberplayer. Aww, thank you so much, Cyberplayer, to my storyteller. Cheers, thank you so much. That's really, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Are you a storyteller? I think I'm going to have to scroll up a wee bit again, so I don't miss too much. Hang on. I wondered, because I've asked some questions, I wanted to see... Oh! Removed 4 discs and 6 bone spurs. You're becoming paralysed in your right hand. 100% better now. Oh, thank God for that. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Oh, thank goodness you got it seen to. 4 discs and 6 bone spurs. That must have been bloody painful, Michelle. Far out. Thank goodness it's better now. I hope you're healing well and easily and comfortably. Whoa. What a soldier. Well done. Youch. Neck, I think neck, head and back pain is some of the most unpleasant pain you can have. It's just so, it's just there, right? That's true, Gina Bobina. He does rock the formulas. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Haley. Much love from Vancouver, Brooke. Hi. Bloodlust palette. I've never tried any of Jeffree Star's eyeshadows. Never. I've never bought a palette. I'm just like, I just can't justify buying a whole palette. They're not expensive for how much eyeshadow you get. I feel like they're good, probably good value. But I just wouldn't use them, I look at them and I'm like, I'd probably use like 3 of those colours, So I don't really think there's much point in buying a whole palette if I was just hardly going to use it. Like, a lot of people were urging me to get that cremated palette when he brought that out, and I'm like, I wouldn't use it. Really? Like, I wouldn't. There's probably like, maybe half a dozen shades on there I would use sometimes. There was a lot of it I don't like. Oh, iCockerel, yes. I actually, quite a long time ago, when Black Moon was fairly new, they sent me, like, all their lipsticks to try. And I know I didn't make a super duper good, like, swatch video, but I did my best. And, because people are like, oh my god, your application is so messy. It's like, am I a makeup artist? No, I'm fucking not. Okay? But, they are super good. Black Moon does lovely stuff. I haven't tried their eyeshadows, but I've tried all their lipsticks, of course, and their highlighters. Oh, I love their highlighters. And their eyelashes. Really good. I think you might be allergic to your lipstick, Writing Raven. Oh, bugger. Well, what one are you using? Because there's a lot of different brands that do black. Black Moon, for example, does black. I think it's called Sleepwalker. I think. There's one I've always wanted to try, a brand called Beauty Bakery. They do apparently a very good, like very waterproof formula. Arianti, did it hurt to put the piercings in? Yes, it did. It doesn't hurt anymore once they've healed. Black eyeshadows that don't turn out like grey. Stephanie, well, do you know what's surprisingly good? Do you have Catrice Cosmetics where you are? Because they've started selling it here, which is amazing. And I must say, their black eyeshadow is bloody good. It's like really pigmenty and it costs like $5. What else? I always used Sugar Pills Bulletproof, but I don't know if they've changed the formula or something, but the last time I bought Sugar Pill, it comes out really like thin and crumbly, and I was like, is it just that this is an old product? It's not like fresh and nice anymore. But I don't know. Anyway, storytellers. What do you mean? Michelle, made from awesome scar. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Well, I'm glad. I'm just glad you're feeling better. That just super sounds brutal. Oh yeah, Jeffree Star brought out Drug Lord. That's the one that's white, right? Like a white lipstick. He brought out that one so people could do like lip art, I think, specifically. I don't imagine... How do I spell Catrice? Oh, sorry, I'll type it down. Hang on, it's Catrice, like the name. Catrice Cosmetics. I don't know if you can get it online or whatever, but like it's often for sale in like sort of drugstores and that kind of thing. I know they have it in Europe. I don't know if they have it in the USA, but they have it here now, which is super. Oh, Sebastian, oh thank you. You have to keep studying now. Lovely as always watching you. Have a nice day. Love from Chile. Oh, thank you so much, Sebastian. Cheers. Yay. Enjoy your studying. Learn lots. Study hard. Stay amazing. I will have a nice day. Love back from New Zealand. Bye. Hello from Ireland. Oh, thank you, Winter Wolf Zombie. Hello. Hello from New Zealand. Scandal Eyes. Cheap pencil eyeliner and black eyeshadow. It's a lot. Summer baby. No one will... Wait. No one will get the reference. I don't think I do. The Queen Tier. You'd rather have a slumber party. Wait, what? No drugs or illegal stuff. Oh, no. Oh, you're absolutely right, Demir. Yes, I know. I haven't been in touch with him for such a long time because I'm a shit friend. Mind you, I haven't communicated. Like, I talked about that in my, like, video I was walking along the beach. There's just that many people I have, like, not been in touch with. And I just spend, like, I'm lying there at night being like, I should write to that person. Oh, I should call that person. I should email that person. I should message that person. I'm just like, why don't I do it? Why don't I just do it? Why don't I just do it? And then I just keep not doing it. Anyway, I'm actually not super into horror movies. What about yourself? Oh, thank you, Shauna. That's a really nice thing to say. Ah, yes, you're right. Jeffree Star's lipsticks. You can also use them on the eyes. I must say, this particular product saved me at a couple of different festivals I've been to. There was a Mariluna in an amphi I went to. I think I just had hay fever or something. I don't really get hay fever here, but in Europe I bloody do. I get really, really... like weepy eyes, really red, itchy, weepy eyes. And what? Ah, Shauna, I see you. And because this has got, I think it's got like kaolin clay or something in it. It's got some kind of clay in it, which is like a wee bit absorbent. Most liquid lipsticks that like are mattifying, they have that kind of clay ingredient in them, so it's very absorbent. And it saved me. So I'd put like a wee bit in the corner of my eyes. And it fucking absorbed all my tears. And it kept my eyeliner from running everywhere. Yeah, different pollen. Mariluna 2022. It's supposedly going ahead, but who knows what next year's going to be like. Surely. Oh, you can get Catrice at Ulta. Ah, thanks, Queen Bee. There you go. Do I know the word hello in Chinese? Fuck a Ni hao? I just had to have a moment. Is that correct? I actually kicked myself. I was right. Oh, good. And isn't like share, like thank you? I kick myself all the time because when I was at high school, most of my friends were Taiwanese, so they spoke Mandarin. And I was like, the fuck? Why did I learn some Mandarin? I had all these people around me who could have taught me some Mandarin. And I never did. And I had friends from Korea. I learned Annyeong, and that's all I can remember. And I think they might have taught me some insults, but I can't remember them now. I think I had learned how to count to 10 in Mandarin, but I don't remember that. But for example, I know that I would help them with their English, but it never occurred to me to learn like Korean or Mandarin. It's like that would have been fucking useful. I was also obsessed with learning Japanese, so I dedicated all my like language learning time to learning Japanese my entire high school life. So at least I remembered ni hao. Isn't there like ni hao ma? Isn't that like how are you? Or something like that. I'm just gonna embarrass myself now. Oh, thank you, so funny. Look at you knowing stuff. I still remember a good deal of Japanese. I have to really like dig it out of my brain though, because I haven't actually had to do any. The last time I did Japanese was at university, which was in 2013. Yeah, that's right. I spent the first half of 2013 at university doing Japanese, French, English literature, and screenwriting. I ended up having to quit Japanese because remembering all the kanji was like too time consuming, and I should have quit English literature, honestly. John Carr, hello, how are you? Yes, we've still got another hour, so you're good. And but mainly I was there to do the screenwriting because that was like my like the reason I'd gone there. It was a little small class you had to like apply to get into, so I was very fortunate to be able to get into it. Coffee. I don't know how I'm supposed. Is it meant to be like coffee slut? It's not orange. I dyed it bright red, but it's faded to like bright orange pretty quickly. So yeah. So I thought I'd do some matching eyeshadows today. Screenwriting is great, yeah, and I went to film school. You went to film school too, LED, yeah? Yeah, I'm alright, John. Yeah, it's been a good week. We never had, oh, and the which subscription box, I wasn't actually subscribed to at Chocolate Starfish. They just sent me a couple, like, to test them out. I was subscribed to the, Munch Pack ones, but they don't ship to New Zealand, which is very sad, so I miss those. Alright, bye-bye, Princess Milena. Have a good night. I'm actually not wearing contact lenses today. Well, technically I am. I'm wearing clear ones so I can see. Oh, yes, Demir. I was working on it this morning. I got so stuck on it for so long. There were just so many parts that I was like, this doesn't feel right. This character doesn't have an arc. This doesn't feel right. The subplot feels stuck. It feels shitty. And it was driving me nuts. So basically, I'll just like sit down like in the morning, and I found that actually doing writing in the morning is somehow more productive than doing it at night. Honey, you're doing great. Sure, why not? Honey, you're doing great. Yeah, so I've been working on it. I don't know when I'm not going to make any more promises or deadlines for myself of when I'm going to get it finished, because I don't fucking know. Oh, hola, Desrod, how are you? What's coffee like in New Zealand? Asks Erin. Well, I actually don't like coffee. I'm much more of a tea person, personally. I don't like coffee at all. No, I'm really not a morning person. I used to be. I'm not anymore. When I say morning, I mean whenever I wake up. But apparently we have some excellent coffee. Wellington, where we are, has pretty much one fucking cafe per person who lives here. There's so many coffee shops, it's ridiculous. I think I even spoke about this recently. The reason was one Starbucks in Wellington, one, and there were two, but now there's only one. And I think it's just because there's that many different places that do coffee that are like better than Starbucks, so people just didn't really go there. Tea is life, yeah. Hey, Jesus freaks. Oh, thank you, that's really nice. What time is it now? Oh, it's nearly 4:30 in the afternoon, so... Hello from Brazil! Oh, thanks. How do I say your name? If it's from Brazil, is it like Yardell? Yardell? I was that wrong, sorry. The coffee snobbery is strong in Wellington. Oh, it really is. They're just like, we have some of the best coffee in the world. They actually say that. We have the best coffee in the world. Like, have you tried all the coffee in the world? Do you know? Is the house from Bad Taste still standing? I don't know. Where do I get my clothes? All over the place. I got this top from Punk Rave 1,000 years ago. What's my favourite tea? I always sort of maintained that it was Twining's Lady Grey, but I don't think it is anymore. I don't know if I have a favourite. I just, whatever I feel like at the time. I've been into more. One's tastes change. When I was a young person, when I was a child/teenager, I used to make my tea very strong. Just I would use 2 tea bags. Like, yuck. I'd make it really strong and bitter. But I'm making it strong now, but not 2 tea bags strong. Blech. I'll just make. Lately, I've been drinking a lot of Earl Grey. Twinings, yes, Twinings English breakfast, you can't go wrong. Once you go Twinings, you can't go back. Although I must say, there seems to be some sort of competition here for like who can make the best tea, because New Zealand's a very big like tea country. We probably drink more tea per person, like per populace or whatever, than Britain does. And Twinings is a very good brand, yeah. But there's all these other ones. There's like T2, they're Australian, I think. There's like Tea Aura. There's this other one, I can't remember what they're called, but they're bloody lovely, like all loose leaf, and you have them and you're just like, damn, this is good. Like, puts Twinings to shame. Like, real nice stuff. PG Tips or Taifu. We've got PG Tips here, but not Taifu. Why do you never want to eat cheese again? We have boba, some liquid death water. What's liquid death water? How did Mr. L get his name? That's a long story. The struggles. I did honestly think of opening a tea shop, but I had not quite. I had an idea. There's a few shops that do just sell like tea bags and loose leaf and that kind of thing and pots and shit. But I had this idea that nobody else seems to have ever like actually done, which is there's a lot of so for example in Wellington, as you walk down the main street, you come across little booths that might just do coffee or crepes or waffles, that kind of thing. They'll just be like a hole in the wall kind of shop, right? Where you just go and get like one thing, cookies or something. And I was like, why isn't there one of those that just sells cups of tea? So I had this idea. I was going to start a chain called Gumbucha, because here they call ordinary black tea is just called gumboot tea for some fucking reason, because it's just like boring, ordinary, everyday gumboot tea. Gumboots are called Wellingtons or galoshes in other countries. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna... I had this idea of starting a small booth that just sold cups of tea for like $1. And, so that like anybody could afford it. Basically you pay $1, you get a paper cup with hot water and a tea bag in it, and here's some milk and sugar if you want it, That was my idea. And obviously if you wanted something a little bit fancier, you could get like silver leaf or just like whatever kind of like tea you want, maybe for different prices or whatever, right up to like blooming tea, like really fancy ones or something, right? But anyway, so that'd be nice to... Oh, Amber, thank you very much. Double thank you very much. Thank you very much, Amber. Cheers. You got, have you words? Cheers to you. That's really nice of you. Death Water sounds interesting. Liquid Death is a genius bottled water company based on a death metal theme. Ah, what makes it, like, deathly? Is it poison? Is it unholy water? Is it, like, cursed by a satanic priest? Only has 5 million people. Smarty pants. Well, actually, a few years ago there was only 4 million. When I was a child there was only 2 million. So it's frankly getting alarming. It's frankly like, shit, there's fucking too many people here, man. Anyway. Most of them live in Auckland, though. I think pretty much the whole population lives in the North Island. I'm from the South Island. I think there's only 1 million people in the whole South Island. Give or take. It's very sparse down there. It's mostly farms, honestly. Yeah. New drink idea. Skull, skull, skull. Say 2 tea bags. You're drinking organic Moroccan mint tea with 2 tea bags. That sounds yummy, Erin. Death metal is pretty great. I was listening to I don't know why. I was feeling a bit nostalgic, so I set my alarm clock. Anyone know the show Metalocalypse? It's a few years old now. I think they're making a movie of it. It's like Metalocalypse, about that band Death Clock. And they have this song called Awaken. And I'll tell you what, that makes an excellent alarm clock. If you can set your alarm clock to the song Awaken, it just it wakes you up very quickly. So that's my alarm clock now. It is Edie. It is pretty fucking... What? What do you want? You want this? Okay. It is pretty pastoral and lovely. I mean, it's... Yeah, Metalocalypse is great. So, yesterday... Was it yesterday? Or the day before? We were doing a bit of housework. And, I was, like, playing Death Clock all day. House tour. Oh, yes, that's coming. That's definitely coming. Yes, the finished Lectrol, that's right. Where they, like... It's like... Rise up from 1,000 years of sleep. And they, like, awaken this troll which, like, destroys Finland or something. Do I cook or bake? I'm trying to. I'm trying to get better at it. Oh, M last name. Okay. Release the kitties. Mr. Tickon. Oh, their coffee jingle is hilarious. Do you like coffee? Real coffee. Ultimate flavor. Anyway, have I seen Coraline? I have. But, Amber Whitfield, my dear, have you read the book of Coraline? Because it's way scarier. Honestly, like, I saw the movie after I read the book, and it was a brilliant book. Like, Neil Gaiman, I think he said he wrote that book to, like, scare his daughter. And, I have heard of Death Wish coffee, yeah? Like, super strong or whatever. Anyway, in the book, that character that's in the movie, there's, like, a boy. She has, like, a little friend called Wybie or something like that. He doesn't exist. He's not there. So Coraline's alone the whole time. She has to do everything alone, and it's, like, much scarier. It's like... it's actually a pretty scary children's book. So I feel like the film was nice, but it wasn't as scary and uncomfortable as the book. I think they really just put him there to make it so she was less alone, maybe. Have I seen Hereditary? If I know my Solomonic seals, that shit will fuck you up. No, I haven't seen it. Is it scary? Do I want to see it? Will it hurt my head? The blonde guy screams till his eyes exposed. Shauna, no, we'll one of these fucking days we'll get around to it. That movie's fucked up, is it? It's a mind fuck. Okay, I'm being told that it's too scary and it's a head fuck. Maybe I shouldn't watch it. We were literally talking yesterday about hang on, you're drinking Death Wish right now. Oh, are you? Wow, that's us. I'll talk about small world. It's good taste. It looks cool. If I drank coffee, I would buy that probably for the name. Yes, good on you, Quentin. Mephisto Waltz is fucking awesome. You've seen me on television. I've been on television a few times because I'm like so famous and interesting. I don't know. I think it's just because people go, look at that person's weird hair. And also I'm quite relaxed in front of TV cameras. So I've been on TV. I've actually said no to being on like a bunch of TV programs. I said no to Snog, Marry, Avoid. You know that show? You know that program? It's like a BBC program, I think. Oh, you like my Chris Motionless interview. Thank you. No way, Jude Vicious, really? That was, oh my god, yes, I was in Anaheim a few years ago. I had the best fucking time. The best. I was invited back to go to a Motionless in White show to go backstage and interview the whole band, but I couldn't do it because it was at the same time as Viggy T, and naturally I wanted to go to Viggy T. Or it was like on the last day of Viggy T, so I would have had to have travelled right across Germany. I would have had to go to Hamburg, and it's like, I would have been absolutely buggered for one. But it was terrible because one, I didn't actually listen to Motionless in White. I don't know shit all about them. I moved from Osnabrück to Leipzig the day before I did that interview with him. And I was like so tired. I had slept on the floor with like no mattress the night before. Got up really early, taken the train to Berlin and was like, What's your album called again? It was a disaster, and I was so nervous. No, not Danny Filth. No, I would like to do that. That would be sick. That'd be really sick, Amber. I would love that. I was saying something else too. I was going to say something else. Anaheim, yes, that was amazing. Hang on a sec. Hereditary. Oh yes, that's right. Yes, Mr. L and I were yesterday talking about art films, and I said when I first came to Wellington and went to film school, one of the teachers there founded the Wellington Cinephiles Club, or Guild, whatever it was called, and I knew about it because my friends were all going, and it turns out his daughter was one of my friends. It's like, wow, it's a small world. So I went, and I sat down next to one of my friends, and I was like, what's this about? And they said, don't try to understand what this movie is about. Don't try to understand it, just watch it. And it was that movie, Tetsuo the Iron Man. But they actually screened all 3 of those films, so the remakes of them in a row. And by the end of the night, my brain was so fucking fried that it took me like several days to feel normal again. And I've never liked art films. They weird me out too much. So, and I told him that, actually. I told my teacher that. I said my brain took 2 or 3 days to come right after those movies. And he said, maybe there's some films you shouldn't watch. And yesterday, I was like, now what's the movie he told me I should never see? He said, there's one film you shouldn't watch. And we were doing that thing of like, oh, it starts with B. And we were like driving home being like, what is it? If it's B something, it's B something, isn't it? And like we were just both sitting there like saying through all the like BE words we could think of, like besieged, befouled, besmirched. And he said Begotten. I'm like, oh, that's it! Never watch Begotten. So I've been told, he said, you should really, really not watch that movie. It will it'll melt your brain. So, yeah. Tetsuo the Iron Man. Not actually Iron Man, but it's just what it's called. Please don't watch it. No, not Bewitched. Yeah, Begotten. Yeah. So basically, if you're a bit like me and you're a bit fragile, don't watch that. It's apparently like really harsh black and white, and yeah, there's some films that like you just shouldn't see if you have a delicate constitution. About what age did I start doing makeup? Kaleti, that's a good question. Love you back, Real Human Heart. I love Real Human Hearts too. Good question. Well, you see, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup at school at all. When I was about 14, 15, I think my stepmother wanted to improve me a little bit, because I had a very terrible walk and I wasn't very elegant. So yes, writing rap, and I love Hailong. Everyone should listen to it. So she sent me along to modelling lessons. I'd actually done modelling lessons when I was 8, so I sort of went back to it and did some, like, you know, more grown-up stuff. And they taught you how to apply makeup. Changed my life. And I was like, oh my god, I could have eyebrows. And they showed me how to put on foundation and all that kind of thing. And they also said, you know, for those of you who are sort of like 14 years old and under, you don't need to wear makeup. In fact, please don't. So, like, oh my god, Shauna, yeah. We were talking about the Serbian film yesterday too. I said, like, I read the synopsis of it and was like, Jesus Christ, what kind of person do you have to have that imagination to write this movie? So don't look it up. If you don't know what that is, don't look it up. Don't watch it. I've decided to never watch it. I don't want that in my memory. Anyway, yeah, so basically they taught me that, like, because I still do, I've got a very freckly face, but I had a very, very freckly face at that age. Sort of about 16, yeah, I was about older than that. I was about 15, 16 years old. And so they taught me about colour correction and foundation. But at my school, you were not allowed any makeup whatsoever. And I also had very, very rosy cheeks. So I started applying, you know, this like green moisturiser to kind of combat the rosy cheeks, which was quite helpful. I would put on like a wee bit of foundation, and back then it was very, very difficult, nigh impossible to get a foundation any color like mine, like and kind of like my skin. Just everything looked too dark, everything looked too like orange or yellow. Like they didn't make foundation for gingers. It just didn't exist. So when I changed schools in my last year of school, I really tried to like wear makeup, you know, and I looked terrible. Like I had people at school telling me I looked like a mime, which I probably did. I don't think I wore very much of it, you know, but because I'd never had the chance to kind of try it before really, I just knew the basics. So I started experimenting with eyeliner and that kind of thing, and I was able to go to school with makeup on. And, I don't know, eventually I just fell face first into a vat of makeup and never looked back. Yeah, so probably round about then, I guess. Anyway. Yay, Nellene, hello. Oh, yes, good. We've got about, still got plenty of time, about 40 minutes. Did I make my hat? No, I bought this one. I just chucked a bunch of extra shit on it to make it more interesting. You saw the Serbian film, Natasha. Oh god, no. Oh, you poor thing. Like I said, I don't want it. Oh, you saw Rabbit Proof Fence. Oh, they were particularly cruel though. It was mainly that one guy. Yeah, they were pretty cruel in Australia. We studied that film at school. Rabbit Proof Fence. Yeah, Shauna, I don't want to see it. I don't ever want to see it. Beautiful black ginger, thank you. One does not decide to be goth. One decides to embrace it or not, I think it's like it's like a type of person, you know. That's why when goths meet each other, they tend to have a lot of stuff in common, you know. But, you can choose whether to like embrace it or not, I guess. How am I keeping my hat at that angle, Vamp Candy? Well, sorcery. I put a spell on it to hold it there. No, I'm wearing a hat pin. It's like, I don't know, it's well buried. It's like, there's the top of it. Here's my hat pin. It's giving me a headache actually. It's bloody long when it's like that long. Sharp too. Every single time I've applied this hat pin, I poke myself in the scalp. Mostly metalhead. You want to get into goth wave? Start listening to Suspiria. Suspiria's wicked. Basically, Real Human Heart. I'm very proud of this playlist I've put together on Spotify, which Mr. L can Hoot Fiend on here can link for you. Just my playlist again, and I think like that's quite a good starting point. I have on my website there's a very big list of bands, goth bands. The thing about goth music is that it's not actually a genre, because there's a lot of goth bands who sound completely different. But I tried to keep it fairly genre specific, but not super. So if you go to my website, which is itsblackfriday.com, nice and easy to remember, the top right hand side of the page, there's a couple of wee links, just like there's like a wee column. There's like a couple of links. One says like your music and my videos, I think. The other one says goth music master list. And if you go to that, there's some like hundreds of bands there. You can set aside an afternoon if you like and go through them. Most of them are linked to Spotify or Bandcamp or YouTube, so you can thanks Hoot Fiend, he's posted it for you. There you go. Yes, but it's a specific theme. It tends to be like melancholy, I guess, but like it's not a genre, it's a theme. Maybe we should look at it that way. Clan of Zymox, Jasmine and Rose. I love that song. I love Clan of Zymox. Oh, it's a shame, Struggles. That is a shame. I was just saying before, a lot of like, you know, New Zealanders who like to wear a lot of black move to Australia and they're just like, I can't do this anymore. It's like too hot there. Oh, Mike! Oh, thank you! Famous last words, they don't make foundation for gingers. Love it. I will scream this at work now. Thank you very much. Are you a ginger yourself? It's gotten a lot better, okay? There's definitely foundation out there, like, that gingers can... What bloody band? There was some girl band. like Atomic Kitten or something like that. And one of the chicks in it, one of the girls in the band, was a ginger. And so she brought out a makeup. This was a long time ago. It was like about a decade ago. She brought out a makeup brand called Dainty Doll, which was specifically for redheads. And it was like, oh! And the foundation came in like, 3 shades or something like that. And it was like, oh, I love this. And I used to buy it from this eBay shop called Everything for Redheads, and it was really funny because when you'd buy when you buy stuff from them, they sent you this little key ring that had a UV detector on it. So like the thing would turn like dark purple depending on like how like sun exposed you were. It was so funny. You married a ginger. Good on you, writing Raven. Was it a kitty? Have I ever dyed my hair with Manic Panic? I probably have, Vanessa, I don't remember. Mostly I've used, for bright colours, I've used like La Riche Directions dye and fudge colours. Girls Aloud, was it Girls Aloud, Melissa? I don't remember. It was one of those sorts of bands, yeah, but the girl, she was like a saint to redheads everywhere. It was just like, oh, thank you. Every like foundation I'd ever tried, I'd go to shops and I'd put it on, it was like, jaundice, fake tan. It was like nothing ever like looked good. These days it's a lot better, So people these days don't know how lucky they are. It's a good. There's that many different like beauty brands out there now. I think this I think they try and be a lot more thorough with their shades of foundation and powders and stuff. The only powder I've ever found that looks okay is just clear powder or white powder or like a faintly blue powder. Oh yeah, I love the song, Kayla. It's a great movie. This movie came out the year I was born. Naturally, Ginger, you have dyed black hair. Ah, you don't have freckles in your face. Pure arms are another story, Bat Teen. So, same. We're in the same situation. I've still got freckles on my face, and I've done so much to try and like get rid of them. You can't really see them, but when I have no makeup on, I'm just like, they're everywhere. They look really like, it's like really, really blotchy. But yeah, my arm's also another fucking story. Where's an arm? Really, really freakly. Look at that shit. Fucking everywhere. They're everywhere. What's the song called? Tyler the Animan. That's Cry Little Sister from Gerard McMahon. It's from the Lost Boys soundtrack. That if you haven't seen Lost Boys, you're missing out on a classic because that is a wonderful movie. You're eating worms, Michael. Oh, yeah, Goth Minister. I haven't heard them for ages. And Soap Returnus, of course. So, I often think of, say, like, Soap Returnus compared to, say, Sisters of Mercy, compared to, like, Fields of the Nephilim, or Sex Gang Children. There's, like, all these, or like, Alien Sex Fiend. There's all these bands that are, like, goth bands, but they don't sound anything alike. Your arms are the same, shoulders too. We can't escape them. Yes, I do also get the redness. Yes, I do. Outside of a dive bar, people look at you like you might be from another planet. Your mum didn't like you buy anything that made you look goth or emo. The most non-goth band I like, Celebrith? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I like a lot of kinds of music. Oh, Moonspell! Wait a minute. Is Moonspell that metal band from, like, Portugal or something like that? Am I correct? Or is that Moon something else? Is that it is? Oh, they're great, yeah? I discovered them by seeing them live, when I went to see, Cradle of Filth play in Leipzig. I guess it was Moonspell that opened for them, and I was like, this is great. It was really entertaining, and I was like, I like this. I mean, I do like metal a lot. It's not like my primary genre. It was a few years ago. I listened to it more than anything else. I go through phases of music. you know. But yesterday I chucked on a bit of John Denver just to lighten the mood. Nothing wrong with that. And my favourite band is Rammstein. They're not a goth band, but they are amazing. Hello, the Everyday Goth Collective. Oh my goodness, how are you? Long time no see indeed. No, I don't like dark electro and industrial X. Sorry, it's actually, I don't know, I just don't, it's okay. I don't mind a bit of the old industrial when I'm doing housework or like, there's some bands I find quite good for, like, say, going to the gym, for example. Die Krups is a good one for going to the gym. And, say, like, Aganoise. What else is there? Oh, you know, those sorts of bands, I guess. That kind of like doof doof, but still kind of dark music. That's quite good. Absolutely Sazzle Shakes. Nothing wrong with John Denver. It makes everybody feel good, I think. Then comes Silence or Your Cystic Panic Priests. Ah, thanks, Nick B. A nice ancient Iberian Celtic rite called Atagena? It's so awesome. She Wants Revenge? Yeah. Sometimes you can discover stuff really randomly. I've discovered a few of my favourite bands from hearing them live. Oh, Brittany, yeah, folk metal's amazing. I love folk metal. I do. It's one of my favourite metal genres. I'm afraid I'm not a K-pop fan, Strawberry Milk, but then again, I haven't actually listened to it. I haven't actually seen if I like it yet. Ah, Voltaire's coming to Denver. Fuck yeah, good. Oh, it's so good that, like, you know, things can start happening again. I haven't... Hello, Chris, hello. I don't know how to say it. You have all the ginger characteristics except the hair. You got freckles, pale skin, sunburn, and a heartbeat. Irish heritage, but dark curly hair. Oh, you sound so beautiful. Oh, I don't know. Dark curly hair sounds lovely. I love curly hair. I don't know. Being a natural ginger just means being bullied as a child. Oh yeah, Dunheim's great. Borndom is another good one. Oh, I discovered a group quite recently. If you like that kind of thing, if you like things like Heilong, and you like that kind of like Nordic folk sort of sound, tickety boo. Let me just pull up the old Spotify on the old phone. I have an atmospheric music playlist. It's not public, but where are we? Commander's nice. Vadruna. Hang on. It's down the bottom. I'll say it wrong. Atergo Lupi. I don't know how to say that. Oh yeah, Vadruna and Heilong. Very nice. Heilong means healing. It does have sort of a healing effect. Let me try and write that down. So I only discovered, it's just like a duo. I just thought their music was really nice. So pretty sure this is... Look up them if you like that kind of music. Very nice. Nice stuff. But I really like Forndom. F-O-R-N-D-O-M. They're a nice band too. Oh, Vadruna's coming to Oakland. Oh, you're so lucky. That's so cool. Mirko, I've heard of them. Abstract shit. I heard of them because I was at a party a few months ago and a lady there told me about them. You've already finished your studying, Sebastian. You've had enough, have you? I think my UK family might be related to Mel's Irish bit of family looking at the surname. Well, it's entirely possible. Stormfelt Witch, because like my clan is like a very big one. There's a lot of people with my surname who are not related. Like one of my, I've got a brother, right? I've got my like adoptive brother. I just love this guy, and he's the big ginger older brother I've always wanted, so I adopted him. And his first name is very similar to mine, and we have the same surname except that he's a Mick and I'm a Mac. So, but actually they're interchangeable. It doesn't actually matter. You can be either. Like when I look at my, my recent ancestors, like siblings would Mac didn't actually matter. So like if you go back far enough, you everybody's related to like the one guy who like started the clan. So basically, like apparently everybody with my surname can claim the Viking conqueror Harald Hardrada as an ancestor, which is fucking cool. Yeah, but like then it just basically spreads out and out and out and out and out and out. Yeah. Yes, Two Witches is wicked. I saw them play in Poland. They were great. Oh, Elevati. Oh, yes, I love Elevati. I saw them. I loved them for years, and then I saw them play at Biggie T, and I was pretty drunk. They played at the medieval section of it. I was full of mead and meat, and I was there with my twin sister, and it was pretty sick. Harold Hardrada. Harold Hardrada. Don't make me try and spell it. That sound. I didn't actually get around to looking up Mirka, but like I should. And exactly, Michelle. We probably are like very, very distantly related. We both have a Harold Hardrada as an ancestor. I'm not a twin. Imagine our life. I'm an only child, actually. I have 2 half sisters. Yeah, Elevati is amazing. But like I have I have a friend in Prague who people think that we're like sisters because we look alike, you know. We have like we're sort of about the same height. She's a lot younger than me, but we both have like floofy black hair and we have similar style of clothes and stuff, so it's just like she's my twin sister. But not actually. She's from like another country. You know. You're right, Nick. People are these chats are always really good. You don't know anything about your family. It's a shame, Amber. Sisters that you choose, yeah. Yeah. So I have 2 half sisters who we do look a little bit alike, but they're very different from me. They're both quite outdoorsy and sporty, and yeah, good at maths. Google image on, yeah, Harold Hardrada. He was intense. He was one hell of a guy. Oh yeah, Amethyst. That was a thing. They wouldn't let me make a video there. You have 2 hot twin friends. You always wished you had one. You'd be the evil one. I had friends that that are twins. Like, they're almost exactly identical. Most people have trouble seeing them, telling them apart. I mean, I can tell them apart, but I always thought that most people think their twins are actually triplets. They have a brother. Do I speak another language? Well, my I've been learning German the last few years, but like I'm not by any means fluent in it. I can understand people pretty well. About 80% I can understand what they're saying as long as they're speaking clearly, not mumbling. Oh, thank you, Amethyst. That's like a massive compliment. I get Helena Bonham Carter a lot, which I don't really understand because I don't think I really look like her, but I'm glad to hear it because I think she's amazing. You found a guy who looks just like you. Weird. Yeah, so, but I'm still practicing German, so like as long as people speak quite clearly, I can understand them. I can understand like reading okay, but actually speaking, I just freeze up. I'm like, just because like the connections in my brain that connect the grammar together aren't strong enough yet. The grammar's real hard. Aww, 196 Hendrik. What's that, Krista? You cannot comment on half sisters. You can't. Oh, there's not that many people here this time. It's not super busy. Hang on. No, there's actually not that many people. Well, sometimes we have like, 2 or 3 times as many people. It really depends on the time of day. I think this is not a super good time of the day for a lot of people. Meryl. I don't know, Meryl. Ireland would be a second choice. It's easier to immigrate to Ireland than it is to the UK, but it's still not easy. So it's something we will try and look into. You're a mum of twins. Oh my god, good on you, Krista. Wow, how old are they? You're thinking of Sally. Amethyst. They're beautiful skinny models. Oh, those bitches. Why can't I be a beautiful skinny model? Have I thought about forming a band? No. I've been asked to join a couple of bands since I've been here, but I've said no because I had no intention of being here this long. it would have been fun, but it would have been fun, but like I was only intending to be here for a few months and then go back to Europe. Aha, aha, aha. Yeah, but I would like to do a couple of music projects on my own. As Video Maker says, can I please do chap hop videos? Ah, you're great, X. Brr. You have twins too, and they're almost 2, Amber. Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, I guess it's hard enough work having one baby. Having more than one at a time. Bloody heck, exhausting. I don't know, Jackie. If I was to move to any city in the US, which would I choose? I don't know. The thing is, I haven't seen enough of them. I've only ever been to New York and LA, and I wouldn't live in either of those places because I would go insane. They're much, much too big. So I don't know. I would have to go somewhere like kind of small, I think. Somewhere not, not like creepy small town, but just like somewhere nice and like rural. But I just don't know enough about the USA to to say where I would go. Somewhere pretty. If they have another referendum on Scottish independence. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Basically, like, I'm just waiting to see what happens with that. There's a pretty good chance that they'll loosen things up a lot. There used to be this thing called right of return for New Zealanders, which they got rid of. So basically, like, you could, if that's where your family had immigrated from, you were just able to go back. You can't now. And I'm too many generations away to be able to do that. My family arrived here between 1860s and 1920s, 1920s? Yeah, so like that kind of period. So there's too many, there's too many years have gone by. Frail? No. I don't know it. What's my favourite from Susie and the Banshees? Probably Spellbound is probably my favourite. You got a favourite song? Mind you, like, I like this song. She's got a lot of nice ones. My favourite New Zealand food? Well, New Zealand doesn't have much by way of its own food because we're basically just a British colony. So we have everything that you have too, probably. We do have some things that we lay claim to. For example, the pavlova is ours, and it doesn't matter what any Australian says. The pavlova is ours. Yes, Lebanon Hanover's nice. I saw them play in Cologne. Probably our national dish, if we had such a thing as a national dish, would be lamb and mint sauce with potatoes. Like lamb and mash. Lamb chops and mint sauce with potatoes is probably like the most Kiwi meal that anybody could think of. Just, pineapple lumps. Yeah, pineapple lumps. I'm not sure if that's like a meal, but yeah, lamb and mint sauce with potatoes is probably, maybe some peas as well. It's probably our most like Kiwi meal. And it's lovely. I love that shit. We've got some really nice lamb here. I think it's lamb chops are your jam, John. Yeah, our lamb gets exported all over the world. Fish and chips. Oh yes, lamb and mint, winning combo. Fish and chips, very much so. We're very big on fish and chips here, and pies. Pies. Honest to God, I've never had a better pie anywhere. I know that they say that, like, pies are a thing in Britain, but our pies are fucking better. I'm sorry, they are. They're much better. They're like way, way better. They're like just better quality. They're thicker. Yummy. I've never had such a good pie. Like every pie I've had in the United Kingdom, even from like really fancy good pie shops, some of them have been good, but none of them have been great. None of them have been like legendary. Like, oh, that's good. Fuck yeah, that was a pie. Meat pies, John. Like basically, like pastry with meat and gravy on the inside. Steak and cheese is my favourite. No, we're not talking apple pies. I don't think you have in the United States the kind of pie that I'm talking about. I don't think they exist there. Yes, Courtney, like on Sweeney Todd. But not made of people, made of, like, steak. You can get lamb and mint pies, actually. Down in my hometown, mutton pies are the pie. Like, I used to work at a service station, and 50% of the pies I sold there were mutton pies. The rest was, like, all the other flavours. But yeah, like, mutton pies, because it's a Scottish settlement, it's It's pretty much just an evolution of the Scotch pie and an improvement on it. It's just like a big spongy blob of mutton surrounded by like thick pastry. Hello from Siberia. Oh my goodness, hello. Siberia, wow. Hello from New Zealand. I've never made a pie. My mum makes pies sometimes. She makes, steak, cheese and tomato, yes. Beef Wellington? No, beef Wellington's not like shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is like a cottage pie. That's the closest thing, I guess, you could compare it to. You know, there is probably some technical distinction. Okay, a shepherd's pie, I think, generally doesn't have a pastry, whereas a cottage pie does. And that's to be differentiated, very important here in New Zealand, differentiated between the cottage pie and the potato top pie. Not the same thing. I've never seen a potato top pie anywhere else except here. Maybe you have them in Australia, I don't know. But a potato top pie is mince, like a, you know, mince beef, not fruit mince, but like mince. Shepherd's pie is lamb and cottage's beef. Is that the difference? Right, that could be it. Right. So a potato top pie is just like a wee pastry pie with your mince inside it, and instead of having pastry on top, it's got like a swell of mashed potato, and they are wonderful. And the other thing we have here that I've never seen anywhere else, savouries, which are tiny pies. They're like, you know, they're like that big, so you can get like tiny little potato top pies, tiny little mince pies, tiny little quiches. They are amazing. Amazing. Now I want a pie, and I don't even know. There's nowhere I can get one now. What was really sad is that the flat we were in before we moved here, there was this amazing shop around the corner, like literally like a couple of minutes walk away, called Trisha's Pies. And they were just epic. They were like this thick, you know, like big fucking things. And excellent big soft chunks of steak, nice gravy, good cheese, so good. Then they closed down. But it wasn't the end of the world, because the nearby supermarket also did some very nice ones. Oops, wrong ear. But I haven't discovered where to go. Oh, demonic rose. Oh. Here I am talking about pie. Yeah. And, hang on a sec, I'll scroll back up in a sec. We have, the next town over, we have a friend who owns a pie shop, and he does some very nice pies. So it's kind of like a sit-down kind of pie, so we sometimes go there, say hello to him. Real human heart. How would I describe living in the UK, especially as a goth who can be often taken the wrong way? Well, the big main difference, I would say, human heart, between being there and being here, well, is that people in the UK, especially in Scotland, are a lot more likely to say something to you. I don't know, for those of you who are like in Scotland or you've been there, like they're a lot more likely to make some kind of comment at you, some kind of like amusing comment to, like, you know, impress their mates or something. But sometimes they're quite funny. One of the funniest ones I heard was last time I was there. I was in Glasgow and someone was like, "Oh, it's Scary Poppins," which was actually pretty funny. Yeah. Food does bring people together. Food is important. Food is culturally important. We all need it. Yeah. Yeah. So, but people would give me like shit all the time when I was like living in Scotland. But at least it was amusing shit, right? In Germany, depended where you were, people tended to kind of leave you alone. The people who would give me shit in Germany were foreigners. Anyway, ooh, we're talking about food. No, I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten since breakfast, so I'm starting to get hungry. Damn. Was that right, Blueberry Muffin? Does your Tourette's make it difficult for you to use cutlery? Because, like, yeah, I know that Tourette's can do all kinds of strange different things to you. I used to have, at school I had a friend with Tourette's. It is a good drag name, actually, Scary Poppins. It is. It's your new drag name. Yeah, go on. I've thought of a couple of drag names for myself, you know, if I was going to be a drag king. That's one of my, like, things I want to do once in my life. It's like a drag king performance. I've got, like, a list of stuff that I want to do, like, just once, you know. Or roller derby name. Yeah, there you go. For example, I want to, like, write a play, be in a play. I want to do stand-up comedy once, like a stand-up comedy show. Like just things that, you know, are quite intimidating I'd like to have a go at, and one of them is to like do a drag king performance. So I've got a couple of ideas. James, am I going to do more gaming live streams? Yes. I'll do it. I'm actually just sorting out my house tour at the moment, so that's soon. I've just been really delayed on the last 2 videos I've tried to do, so I've like fucking fallen behind again just as I was getting back on the ball. The one that I was filming completely fell flat on its face. The other one that I was like, okay, I'll quickly get this one done in order to, you know, make up the time. You'll see, okay? Like, you wouldn't even believe the amount of challenges it has posed. So I'm like, well, I can do the house tour. And the other one's like, hopefully nearly finished. Oh yeah, Scottish humour is brilliant. I must say, when I went to do it, the first time I saw quite a famous New Zealand comedian in Edinburgh do a show, and I went up to him on the street because I recognised him. He was handing out leaflets for his show, and I was like, I know you. And it was pretty buzzy actually, because he's like really famous in New Zealand. His name's Rabin Khan. And when I saw his show, it was like, oh my god, like all these blokes watching were just like, bring on the comedian, and just like making, you know, just like really heckling the shit out of him, which New Zealanders don't do. They'll just like politely, quietly sit there just like, oh, because all these blokes were just like giving him hell, and I was like, oh, you poor man. Afterwards, I went out with him to a pub, and we had some drinks, and then I put him on a ghost tour for free. Which, yeah. What's my favourite BBC show? It depends. Well, I'm not sure which ones are BBC shows, but there's a lot of sort of like British comedy shows that are quite old that I really like. For example, I love Black Books, I love Blackadder, I love Father Ted. Those are probably my top 3. I know they're not all BBC, but anyway. You've had a full Tourette's since you were 14, really? And you have Tourette's as well. It comes and goes with anxiety. Yeah, I think I've noticed that you have a tick where you puncture your hand. Oh, right. Probably not good if you're holding a fork, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that, well, from the person I knew who had it does seem like intense situations, you know, especially when you're like, okay, I need to be quiet, I need to be still, like when you're feeling nervous or anxious, you're more likely to tick. It's cruel, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Olivia. That's nice of you to say. Are You Being Served? Oh, that show is amazing. Yeah, Are You Being Served? We watched that. We marathoned it a few years ago. And Faulty Towers, very funny. Oh, Red Dwarf, haven't seen that for a long time. Actually, I'm not hugely into the Mighty Boosh. I love Noel Fielding, but I think the Mighty Boosh is a bit too weird for me. Drag King makeup. Yeah, you're right, PB. I actually bought like a bunch of stuff a while ago to make like, I was going to do like, you know, trying to just look like what I would look like had I been born a man, you know, like I was going to like do a social experiment and see if I could like, if I was treated any different, you know, go to some places I might normally go to. Like basically I bought, I got some like crepe hair so I could do like a beard. I was going to get myself an excellent ginger beard. I got some like nose putty so I could like make my nose less like this. And but I couldn't really master it, so I didn't end up getting around it. Celebrith, Jeeves and Wooster, the shows, there has never been any kind of TV production or film production that has ever been a patch on the books. So like that, because the real beauty of the books of Jeeves and Wooster and all of P.G. Woodhouse's books is his writing style. It's like the way, his sense of humour, the way, you know, there might not be like actually what's happening in the scene or in the story. It's really like just the way he describes it, which is just fucking amazing. He's just such a good writer. It was hilarious. So like I've not actually seen anything that really does justice to any of those. Yeah, I thought I would do that that video. It would be fun. Are You Being Served is great. Yeah, but I actually have had a couple of ideas for like not that idea, but like for like a drag king show. I'd like to do that once. You know, there's a place in town where people can kind of do that if they want, you know. There's a bar where you can, like, I guess, put on a show if you want to. You do an act. What games am I playing nowadays? Same as before, Sims 4 and Black Flag, Assassin's Creed. I'm really enjoying it, actually. And yes, somebody asked before if I'm doing more gaming streams. Yes. Twice a week on Twitch. Twitch is just my name's just It's Black Friday on there, easy to find. You can find it very easily. Yeah, I'm doing that every Friday and every Monday. Do I like Nicki Minaj? It's not my style of music, but you know, she's got some catchy shit. Hang on, let me scroll back up. Hang on a second. Sesame Street on acid. That's really funny. The Muddy Bush. Have I ever done ASMR or hypnosis, Amy? No. One time I tried. I don't know. Back when ASMR sort of started being a thing, I was like, oh, I could have a go. Because so many people said to me, oh, you've got such a relaxing voice. And so what I did is, I don't know. I was in Germany. There was a lot of cheap booze there, so most evenings I would have some mead or some wine or something with dinner. So I'd had quite a lot of mead one evening and I was like, I just got out. Hang on. Sorry, Mr. Owl, doing this to your microphone. I just like got a microphone and was like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. One day, all human civilization will be a layer of rock under the earth. You'll be dead. I'll be dead. And then I had this idea. Yeah, you know I want to slap the noodles. That's for you, PB. I've got a pot noodle in the cupboard. I should make it up and just do ASMR going. So relaxing. So I had this idea of just doing nihilistic ASMR. Thanks, Quentin. This is a good song, isn't it? So I don't even know what I can sound like when I've got the microphone this close because Mr. L does weird shit to it. All returns to formlessness. Things only have meaning if we ascribe meaning to them, which is arbitrary. Things don't have to mean anything if you decide that they don't. That would be the first ASMR you ever did and would listen to that religiously, would you? Nihilistic ASMR. Next level content. Oh, Victoria Gwendolyn. Aw. Big love back to you from the other side of the world. I've only got like 2 minutes to go. Because I have to go do my Patreon chat after this. If any of my Patreons are actually awake. I see some of you here, but not very many. RTS? What's RTS? I'm afraid I don't know it. I'm not really a gamer. By the way, if you're one of the people who likes listening to voices falling asleep, I actually have another YouTube channel called Dark Slumber. I haven't updated it for ages, but I will. And it's just me reading bedtime stories. Konnichiwa. And I had this idea of doing like Twitch streams where I just read bedtime stories in front of candlelight or something so that people can fall asleep. How did I get so pale, Benjamin? I don't go into the sun. And I'm a ginger. I don't have a choice. I can either be pale or extremely spotty. I'm both. I'm extremely spotty as well. I've got freckles everywhere. Lots of them. Thank you, Jan. Anyway. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you can listen to some of the Dark Slumber stories. But like I said, I haven't updated it for ages. But then again, all those stories are very old, so it doesn't really matter. But it might be nice to do Twitch streams where I just read people to sleep very gently. I don't do all the voices of the characters or something. I just gently read. Gently read stories. Oh, good question, James. I actually fell out of touch with them, so it's my own fault. I haven't yet had compensation. I will eventually get round to that, in much in the same way as I eventually get round to a lot of things. I'm sorry. I just ow! Oh, fuck! Ow! I just figured out where the other end of the hat pin is. Oh, bitch! It just totally like scratched my hand all the way down there. Damn. Any unpopular goth opinions, anyone? What do you mean, like things? That could be all kinds of things.
Dude's just about here. So I'm gonna go do
Oh, they are?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's got friends coming. Alright, better go. Okay. Choose your own adventure book. Oh, that's a cute idea, Auto Necro. That is really cute. Scrunch his face. Why? Oh, thank you, Tobon. I'm glad you like it. I have actually recorded some more stuff. I just haven't, like, edited it together yet. Oh, Diane, thank you. Thank you so much. You're so lovely. Thank you, Black Heart. Oh, and yes, you're right. I do have to go now. Yes, I do still like Killstar stuff. I did. I pinned myself. Ouch. It's not... Oh, I was just about to say I didn't scratch it enough for it to bleed, but I was wrong. It's just a little tiny bit red. Ouch. Ow. Oh, bye-bye, everybody. And thank you so much, Diane. I'll see you later. Very kind. Stay dark and evil. Yeah. How to maintain black clothes and prevent fading? I'll just answer that question. I was going to make a whole video on it, actually. Get a black wash, if you can. Basically, they have like a very small amount of dye in them. If you can get one of those like bottles that has like, you know, like bottles of clothing wash, laundry wash liquid that has like a bit of black colour in it, that shit's actually pretty effective. So, bye, good night, Michelle. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Oh, his friends won't be dicks. He's only got... His friends are just good people. They're just... He doesn't have dickhead friends. He's only friends with nice people. He has, like, normal friends. They're all just, like... They're not alternative or whatever. They're just, like, normal dudes that he's known since school, whatever. There you go. Kristen says so. Alright, see you all later. For those of you who are on my Patreon, I will be around... in a few minutes. Might go make another cup of tea or something like that, and then I'll be with you. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. I'll see you soon. I can't wait to share my new video with you. It was very challenging. Looking back at the footage made me stressed out again, so there you go. I hope you enjoy that. It was a challenge like I've never done before. Doing something I never thought I would do. So, alright. Alright. Take care. See you. Take care of yourselves. Be nice. Be nice to yourself. And I'll see you next time we see you.